Greetings, fellow high performers. It's Coach Ábris here from Mythical Gains. I help entrepreneurs and executives achieve their dream body, add at least 40% to their business output, and double their natural energy level through sleep optimization. But how does this system work? Why it is sleep that it's so important? And yeah, what is the system that you can use to achieve those results our clients achieved? So it is laid out in this short game plan, but I'm gonna go through it concisely, shortly, explaining to you why and how does it work. You can basically copy paste the system and implement in your life. Of course, it might sound like a bit complicated in the beginning, but I'm here to show you how that simple it is. But yeah, let's be honest in the beginning. So poor sleep hygiene is killing your business. And as a fact that for most entrepreneurs and executives, it just takes the back seat. You say, I don't have time for that. But the truth is that when you are more efficient, you have more energy, you are actually having more time because you're getting more done in less time, right? So you actually do have time to sleep. You actually do have time to develop those routines which you need to be more efficient during the day. So it's not like I will sleep when I have time. No, I will have time when I sleep. This is how it works, and this is why working late hours just to improve your business, staying up until let's say 3 a.m. is not the best way to actually scale. So it actually hinders your productivity, and with better sleep you don't actually need excessively long hours to improve your business because you are more focused. The brain fog is gone, the fatigue is gone, the midday energy crash after lunch is gone, so you can focus better on your business. You don't need Pomodoro or any kind of productivity techniques. You only need better sleep. That's that simple. And yeah, you might as well say that you have never been, let's say, a good sleeper, but define a good sleeper. Everyone can improve their sleep if you have the right systems in place. So, as I said before, you can copy paste this exact system, this method, and you will have no issues with sleep quality or sleep duration. But okay, some people might say, and actually I've heard some of you saying it, that you have discipline issues, right? Or you just can't stick to a routine, you have too much on your plate right now, you're too busy. But that's why it is so simple. That's why the routine is made in a way that you can implement it even on your busiest periods. Because you want to stick to it in the long term. You want to sleep good forever, right? Because you can live longer, you can spend more time with your family, you can allocate better and more efficient time to your own business. So the goal is to be more efficient overall. So you need a routine that you can maintain even when you have the high season, when you are extremely busy. Because if you are busy today, and that might last for like 2 more months, don't you think that you will be busy in the future, right? So you need something that you can maintain and sustain for the long term. So wouldn't the well-structured sleep routine actually help you manage your busy schedule? And when when you think about this, that you are cutting out all the unnecessary stuff that you are doing, you minimize this kind of brain fog and distractions and the energy crash and all together when you are well rested. But of course, being well rested has just one prerequisite, that's sleep. And you might as well say, okay, sleep is for the weak. Well, to be honest, 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep have been shown to increase your strength levels instantly by 20 to 30%. Right? I usually take a huge sleep before my competitions and my biggest PRs in the gym, and also before my deep work sessions when I'm working on my business. And this is what my clients are doing too, and that's how they could see a 40% increase in their output even in the first 3 months of working together. But why does it make you stronger? So how does it correlate? So first of all, it's easier to stick to consistent nutrition. So it decreases your hunger hormone, it increases your satiety hormone, and also it boosts testosterone, more strength, more muscle mass, and growth hormone. Also, more muscle mass, less body fat. Fountain of youth. And of course, all of these are essential for muscle growth and recovery. And the most ridiculous thing that I often hear entrepreneurs saying that, okay, I will sleep when I'm dead. and you will be pretty that soon because it just hinders your lifespan. It really decreases it. So the lack of consistent and quality sleep, even for just 3 days in a row, less than 7 hours for 3 days in a row, increases your chances of heart attack by 25%. And if you do it for a prolonged period of time, then your lifespan basically will be shortened by 5 to 15 years. So yeah, you're taking that time away from your kids, your grandchildren, and stuff like that. So definitely not a good idea to neglect this. So if you are at all curious, like how we helped to transform these clients over here, how they implemented these methods, how they grew their business by at least 40% in the first 3 months of working together, and let's dive deep into this ultimate sleep routine for entrepreneurs and start with the basics. So if you want to sleep better, the first thing that you have to focus on is not what you do during or right before sleep, but what you're doing during the day. So let's say regular physical activity. Okay, but what does that mean? So I would say you don't need to be a gym rat. You don't need to train every single day in a gym, stuff like that. You don't have time for that either. So aim for, I would say, at least 30 minutes of moderate or intense exercise 3 to 4 times a week, and then you're good to go. It's important to be tired enough at the end of the day that it is easier to fall asleep, especially if you're doing intense workouts. So it should be done or either in the morning hours when you have the most testosterone. Of course, peak strength is in early afternoon because you have already more food in your system, um, and that's when you have the most energy for completing very heavy workouts. But feel free to go in the early evening as well. Just make sure not to take any kind of stimulants like caffeine beforehand. But yeah, up until 3 p.m., feel free to drink as much caffeine as you want. Of course, just don't overdose. But anyway, sunlight exposure, very important, essential, especially in the morning. So 20-30 minutes per day should be non-negotiable. No, you won't get sunburned. No, you don't have to use sunscreen anyway, that's causing cancer. So no, the sun itself is not causing cancer. It's been disproved so many times. So feel free to let those rays touch your skin. It will be good for you. And it helps you, just to reset your circadian rhythm, your sleep-wake cycle. It increases your natural sleep hormone, melatonin production. So that's why I'm saying what you do during the day matters a bit more than what you actually do during the sleep. But soon we're going to talk about that as well. What I recommend is what I'm doing right now: work by a standing desk and implement a high protein diet, which keeps you satiated. And one more thing I would recommend, which of course for entrepreneurs is very difficult, to limit blue light. But if you have a screen time of more than 10 to 12 hours per day, then I definitely recommend wearing a pair of blue light blockers in the evening hours, just like this one. The brand, the shape, the size doesn't really matter. I think my two favorite ones are called II and Ra Optics. It's very high quality ones, and they filter out most of the blue lights, which are blocking your brain's melatonin, so sleep hormone production. So that's why we are wearing them. But you don't have to wear them during the day anyway. I'm just showing it to you. All right, second most important step is a pre-bed routine. So what you're doing in that 30 to 60 minutes before going to bed or before actually falling to sleep. Okay, so 3 sections: body, nerves, and brain. So first, you have to calm down your body. Second, you have to calm down your nerves. And third, you have to calm down your brain and wire it to sleep. So how you're doing that? Calming the body is the first method is deep breathing. I'm pretty sure that those who practice spirituality or yoga or stuff like that are familiar with this, but for those who are not, it is based on the 5-5-5 method. So you get into a seated position, possibly you're closing your eyes, and you inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, and exhale slowly for another 5 seconds. The same principle is being used as progressive muscle relaxation. It is kind of connected to the military sleeping technique when soldiers want to fall asleep in less than 10 minutes and they are forcing their bodies to do that. But actually, it's a very relaxing way. It's called progressive muscle relaxation. When you go through all the muscle groups from your toes until your upper back, and you you are tensing and relaxing them. So you are flexing the muscle, let's say your toes, you're flexing them for 5 seconds, you hold at peak contraction for another 5 seconds, and then you are slowly releasing it for another 5 seconds. And then you go through calves, glutes and hamstrings, or sorry, quads and hamstrings together, then glutes, then your core, then your lats, then forearms, biceps and triceps together, then chest, and then upper back by retracting your scapula like this. So it's very simple. You go through your entire body, and it's such a chill feeling that all you have to do afterwards is just to take a warm shower, preferably in darkness on dim lights, so nothing will bother your eyes and your brain's sleep hormone production, and you are good to go. You can go for your nerves, how to calm down your nerves. So to calm down the central nervous system, the first step is some herbal tea. Two herbs I would recommend are chamomile tea and valerian root tea. Personally, I prefer chamomile, and most of my clients do, but feel free to try valerian root as well and let me know which one suits you better. And the next one is just a simple supplement, magnesium glycinate. I would say 3 to 600 milligrams per night. It doesn't contain any external melatonin. It won't bother your own hormone production. So 30 minutes before bed alongside with your tea to promote relaxation. That will be perfect. And then just a very simple step, how to calm down your brain. Journaling on from today's experiences were like 5 to 10 minutes, and then you are reading maximum for like 15-20 minutes some fiction. I don't want you to read like hard business or science or whatever, because the information overload keeps your brain getting just more and more creative, more and more stimulated, and that's not the goal. The goal is relaxation and immersion, nothing else at all. The goal is to switch your brain off and then just go to sleep as soon as you can. All right, phase 3, setting up the environment. So I would say what you need to know about the ideal sleep environment is that it's cold, it's quiet, and it's dark. But let's go a little bit into more detail. So what about the bedding materials, so mattress and pillows? I would say opt for anything that's ergonomic, so that's good for your back. The harder, the better. And also memory foam option. Memory foam pillows, memory foam mattresses are really great because they remember your shape. They sink in a way you are lying on the bed. So it takes up your sleeping position. It is adjusted to your shape, your body weight, and stuff like that. And whenever any of these factors change, the memory foam will change with you as well. So it's really, really good for your back, especially if you're often waking up during the night due to any kind of pain or discomfort or tense muscles. All right, the next one is sleeping pads. You can consider it as, I would say, the last resort, but let's focus on the basics first. So room temperature, 65 Fahrenheit is the ideal. I would say a very cool but not completely frost or cold environment. I don't want you to get hypothermia. I want you to sleep better. So you can put more work into your business in less time. That's the goal. So the ideal would be, I would say, 60 to 67 Fahrenheit if we want to be giving a wider range. I would say in human metrics, sorry Americans, I'm just joking. So that would be 16 to 18 Celsius degrees. And after that, you can go for the light factor. Sleep in complete darkness if you can, or very maximum in dim light. I would recommend that you have um, a set of blackout curtains, just like I have. Of course, the sun is just shining in, so I cannot completely black out during the day. But during the night, if you have any street lights or moonlight coming in, you can completely black out your room. And the next factor is sleeping masks. Yeah, that can also help. So if you can't completely black out your room, of course, you can use a sleeping mask. And the next one, quiet. Quiet doesn't equal silent. It's okay to sleep in silence, but if something bothers you or some external disturbance just comes in, some noises from the street, some noises from your partner, some noises from the other room, boom, you have waken up, and basically your sleep is fragmented. And of course, it hurts your restfulness, it hurts your productivity the other day. You don't want to be constantly waking up during the night. So what you do is you don't necessarily opt for silence, but quiet means monotonous. So what you can do is just using a white noise machine or play some pink noise or brown noise. So white, pink, and brown, these are the different frequencies suitable for different people. You have to try it. It's really, really up to your individual characteristics, which frequency calms you down the most. I don't really want to get into like esoteric stuff in here, but yeah, definitely try them. You don't necessarily need to have a white noise machine. You can just use your phone and play some noises. Or if you don't like white noise, pink noise, brown noise, you can go for just simply nature sounds. All right, then what is the next step? So phase 4 is tracking, because what gets measured gets managed, or what gets measured gets improved. Both are the same. So first of all, what I would really recommend you doing is just wearing some kind of device like an Apple Watch, a Whoop, or an Oura Ring. I would say Oura Ring is the most practical because it is small. You just need one finger. Sleeping in a watch can be rather uncomfortable, and I don't want you to do that. So I would say Oura Ring is the best. Even we use that with my clients, and you can use some sleep tracking apps with different like algorithms and noise recordings and stuff like that to keep track of your sleep metrics over time, so day by day. Or you can keep a sleep diary where you measure some key metrics like sleep and wake times, quality of your sleep, disturbances, number of and type of disturbances during the night. And actually, there are a couple of metrics. I would say ordering is the most detailed. But if you want a sleep diary, hit me up in the DMs because I actually have a good template for that. I can send it over to you, and basically you can track your sleep yourself for the rest of your life completely alone. Of course, leading a sleep diary that takes like 5 minutes out of your day on a daily basis, but having an Oura Ring and just keeping track of those metrics, that only takes 30 seconds per day. So if you are going for maximal efficiency, I would definitely recommend an Oura Ring. But if you don't have an Oura Ring or don't really like wearable devices for tracking your sleep, or you're afraid that the CIA is tracking you, okay, just hit me up in the DMs and I will send you a template for sleep diary. All right, phase 5, supplementation. Um, okay, don't wait for any kind of magic pills, right? This won't fix your sleep alone if all the other steps mentioned above are not spot on and not practiced and not built in your life like a brick in the wall, right? So let's go through these, but don't wait magic from any of these. Just so don't really expect it, but it really helps if your other habits are already built in your lifestyle. So first of all, is an amino acid. The very first is L-theanine, very good for deep sleep, and the recommended dosage is like 100 to 200 milligrams per day. The next one is my personal favorite, glycine. It doesn't just help you fall asleep faster, it actually helps you extend your deepest, your rapid eye movement, your REM sleep phase. You see beautiful lucid dreams. You feel so well rested in the morning. It's just, I would say this is the only one which I could say that, yeah, actually this is something magical. This is something really ancestral stuff. This is also an amino acid, by the way, so completely natural. Um, it doesn't interfere with your personal sleep hormone production. Recommended dosage per day is 3 to 5 grams. Some people take even more than that. You cannot really overdose it, so you will just end up sleeping deeper and seeing more dreams. Because usually you see 10 dreams per night, but you only remember 0 to 2 of them. For me, on 3-4 grams of glycine, it's like 3 to 5 dreams that I remember at night, and they are actually good dreams, and I'm actually active in them, and I'm actually controlling the dream. And it's really good for stimulating creativity, um, and it leads to like better decision making in your business, because the other day you are all stimulated by these experiences, the choices you made in your dream. And all these dreams are simulations where you can practice all the difficult things that you are about to do in real life, and then it will get so much easier because you already practiced in your dreams. So that's why I would say glycine is the only magic out of these. Magnesium glycinate, I also mentioned it before. Of course, it's great for sleep quality, but it's primarily for making you fall asleep easier by calming down your nervous system. As I mentioned before, ideal dosage 3 to 600 milligrams. Okay, now we can go for some extras, some more advanced methods. So if you want to reset your sleep-wake cycle, your circadian rhythm, you can't do it just right now like this. Always go for increments of 15 minutes. So let's say if you go to bed too late, um, from next week you will go to bed 15 minutes earlier and you will wake up 15 minutes earlier. And 2 weeks after, it's 30 minutes compared to today, and so on. 3 weeks after, 45 minutes. So if you want to reset your sleep-wake cycle, you have to do it with weekly increments of 15 minutes. All right, next one, aromatherapy. This is if you are like really stressed out, um, your bedtime routine doesn't really work as it is supposed to be, and you really need a last resort. Apply scents like lavender, bergamot, and chamomile in your room, or you can just sniff them directly. It's completely okay. But if you have a diffuser, just diffuse them in your room. And the next one is, okay, the next two actually. For those of you who wake up due to movements or pain or discomfort or restlessness during the night, before you develop any kind of sleeping disorders like a restless leg syndrome or something like that, prevent before you treat. So that's why we're doing cat-cow stretches. This is the cat position, this is the cow position. I can send you tutorial videos, just hit me up in the DM. Leg stretches as well. What I do is like, when you get seated, try touching your ankles, or if you're very flexible, try touching your toes. And then you are doing this standing. And yeah, basically, you really want your legs to get stretched and to release any kind of possibilities for cramp, or just get enough movement in that area that the restfulness when you wake up in the morning won't be completely destroyed. So for example, I had a client who was actually producing pretty good sleep scores, and the deep sleep was on point, the REM sleep was on point, but he always kept saying it to me that when he wakes up in the morning, he doesn't really feel well rested. So how we mitigated this issue is that he started doing leg stretches as a part of his bedtime routine, because we figured out that, okay, the primary reason of his awakenings and the primary reason of him not being so well rested in the morning was that his legs were kind of restless and he moved a lot during sleep. And you are supposed to move during the day. That's why daily movement is so important. But if it's still not enough, you really have to stretch your legs before falling asleep. Okay, and also your lower back. So the reason why I included cat-cow stretches is that you have to loosen up your posterior chain, and then it's so much easier to go into chill mode, lie on the mattress, and sleep without any kind of pain and disturbances, especially if you are spending more than 6 hours per day seated. So of course, if you are doing seated work, or of course you're an entrepreneur, you are working a lot, you are in front of the screen. That's why I recommend it to get a standing desk. But if you're still spending majority of your day seated, you definitely need to do cat-cow stretches just for like 2 to 5 minutes in the morning and in the evening before going to fall asleep. And the next one is, I mentioned before, the military method involves a routine of muscle relaxation and controlled breathing. As I mentioned before, with progressive muscle relaxation, of course, the military method consists of more steps and is a bit more complicated. It is if you have like complete insomnia, absolutely messed up sleep, just send me a DM and I will send you the military method, how it works. I didn't want to overwhelm you in this document with that. So yeah, just remember military method. If you really need a last resort, just send me a DM and we can talk about it. All right, but after going through all these and getting these fundamentals down, let's see what are the results you can expect. So here are a couple of guys I've been working with. We fixed his sleep. This guy had like one client before working with me. Now he's working for several different clients and earning actually way more money, 200-300% more, just because we fixed his sleep in the first 2 weeks, and then we maintained this kind of progress, not only in sleep but in terms of nutrition and gym and stuff like that. And his performance just skyrocketed because of that. And it's an ongoing process, of course, for everyone, whether it is about fixing stress and sleep issues or making progress in the gym. The goal is we can rotate all the energy back into being more productive in your business. And a couple of sleep scores over here. So I mentioned before Oura rings, that we use Oura rings to measure. And I would say most people have a sleep score, like an average person, below 70 or 80. But with our clients, the goal is to constantly be above 85, 90. As you can see it over here. Um, and we always aim for above 90% sleep efficiency. So what percentage of time spent in bed you actually spend sleeping? So you can see it over here, 95%, 93, 90%. These clients are crushing it, absolutely. And these measurements are all from the Oura ring. So if you have this little ring, every morning it will transfer the data to your phone. You will be able to sleep or see your sleep performance, your scores, different metrics, sleep cycles, awakenings, everything. Because as I mentioned before, what gets measured, gets managed, gets improved. So yeah, this is what you can expect from just copy pasting and implementing these methods in your life. I know it's it seems to be a bit more complicated in the beginning. Believe me, it's very easy. And yeah, if you need any help with that, just hit me up. So yeah, you can see all the sleep score here. And if you are ready to take a next step, so add at least 40% to your business output while doubling your natural energy levels. No stimulants involved, by the way, and no sleep drugs and stuff like that. So if you're ready to do that through sleep optimization, if you also want to quantify your progress in sleep, if you want to handle stress like a pro, because as an entrepreneur, you will be always exposed to more and more stress, especially as you're scaling up the business. So, the amount of stress, let's say a 7-figure entrepreneur meets, is not the same as for an 8 or 9-figure entrepreneur. Different levels of stress require different levels of stress handling. And if you're ready to also get twice more work done in 50% less time, so you can spend more time with your family, your loved ones, your girlfriend, whoever you want to spend time with, and if you want to bridge the gap between you and the physique you always wanted, lean with a six-pack, Baywatch, you can be there. It doesn't matter how much your age is. My oldest client right now is, I think, 52. Yeah. And if you still want to have those concrete crushing testosterone levels you had back then when you were a teenager, then feel free to book a free call over here, just clicking on this link. And I hope you really enjoyed this document. And if you have any questions regarding this walkthrough, whether it's the military technique or if you want a template for your sleep diary, just feel free to hit me up in the DM. And if these are your issues and you often use these excuses, just I want to make sure that these don't exist because you automatically are a good sleeper. You have more time. You don't have to work late hours to scale your business. So just hit me up, book a free call, and I'm pretty sure that it's a no-brainer at this point that we will make an amazing team. So thank you for watching. Have an amazing day, and let's level up your sleep.